Welcome everybody to our Chino Valley Chamber of Commerce Business at Breakfast. I appreciate you all for coming in and signing on. One thing I want to point you to is to try and get the word out about our presentation is in the chat section of our webinar. I put a link to our Facebook post, which is promoting the event, which gives the login information so that anybody can log in. I'd like to encourage you all, if you have the capabilities, to click on that link and share it from your Facebook page or send it off to people who you feel like should be here that aren't not here. So that way, in case they missed the message, in case they missed the email we sent out or the Facebook post, that they will have it, and that we're running our normal business at breakfast on Wednesdays as usual. One of the things we plan on doing is kind of keeping the same formats that we've had over the years. So with that, I think we can get started. Jim, since you're a board member of the Chino Valley Chamber of Commerce, would you mind leading us in the Pledge of Allegiance?
Okay. Can you hear me okay?
We can.
All right. So everyone, hand over your heart. Again, pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States
of America,
and
to the republic
for which it stands,
one nation,
under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Well done. Thank you, sir. Terry, would you mind doing our invocation this morning?
Yeah, be happy to do that. Lord, we just come before you this morning. We just thank you for this opportunity to still get together via virtual technology, Lord. We're grateful for that. We just pray that you continue to guide us through this challenging time, Lord. We ask that you give wisdom and guidance to our leaders and politicians, Lord, that they just make decisions specifically to help those in the country, not specifically for their own agendas, Lord. So we ask that this meeting would go well. We pray for those who are struggling financially, Lord, and ask that you provide other income streams and opportunities for them, Lord. And we just pray that you would just deal with this epidemic as soon as possible and provide a cure so that we can just get back to life as normal. We ask these things in your Son's name, Jesus Christ. Amen.
Amen.
All right. Thank you so much, Terry. And with that, we're going to go on to we have a space for public announcements. So this is just an opportunity to talk about, normally we'd be announcing events or things that are happening in our communities. I'm not quite sure what that looks like now, but it is open. So if anybody would like to, Jim's raising his hand so I can see that. Go ahead, Jim.
Went to city council meeting last night. And all of our parks are still open. They're suggesting people can go out and exercise. That includes our dog park. The restrooms are open as well. One resident did want to close the parks down because he felt it was unsafe with everybody out there. The city erred on the side of exercise. They said that as long as they keep the restrooms open, then they will keep the parks open. So if they have to shut down the restrooms, then everything can close. That's just an announcement. Thank you.
Okay, cool. Does anybody have any other public announcements?
Yeah, Zeb, I got a couple. So one is that we'll be conducting, one of my associates will be conducting will and trust workshops online. We've been doing them the second Thursday of every month. At lunchtime around 11:30 or 12 o'clock. Those will be ongoing starting. Next one is scheduled for April 9th. But we'll be posting those, let you know about them. And then secondly, I talked to Zeb. Vicky has received a new sponsor. She'll be doing a free sales training, basically how to do business at home, or if you're not doing a business at home, how can you be successful working from home. That'll start April 1st. That'll be at 6 p.m. It's free, and it'll be going for the next 3 months. So Zeb will have some information on that later. You can send out to chamber members, but it's a great chance for you guys because it's remarkable. We're shut down pretty much, but I've been very fortunate to be able to use Zoom and do meetings, and she's been super, super busy and hasn't left her office. So she's going to share some of those techniques for individuals, how to continue to stay in business.
Cool.
That's it.
And then I think Renee has an announcement. Renee, you're muted right now.
Good morning. Good morning. Yes, I'm Renee from the United States Census Bureau, and just wanted to let everyone know that some census operations have been halted, such as enumeration and multiple mobile questionnaire assistance centers. But as far as partnership, that's still going. We're working around the clock, and the census is up on the website. All of you should have received your mailers. So just, please go ahead and participate. Have your employees or any family members, anyone that you talk to, let them know that please, participate in the census. We need it more than ever before. We're really going to be needing that funding. We need that accurate count and that representation. So I would appreciate all of you to help. As a partnership specialist, I am available. If anyone needs any flyers, handouts, any PSAs information, or anything from the Census Bureau, I am available to give you any information that you would need.
Okay, cool. All right. Any other public announcements? Okay, we're gonna move on to our 30-second commercials. I'll kind of do it based on the order that it is on my screen, so that way it can help me out do it easier. So I'll just give you a shout out. I'll kind of put in the chat box who's up next. So Renee, why don't you give us your 30-second commercial? You're still muted. I think you're muted again, Renee.
Okay, well,
There you
my
go.
name is Renee Mehta. I'm from the United States Census Bureau. I'm a partnership specialist, and I am a partnership specialist for the city of Chino, Chino Hills, Upland, Montclair, and Ontario. So doing whatever we can to get our count, get an accurate count, get representation, and get the funding that we need. I work with all the schools, all the nonprofits, the Complete Count Committee, and we are doing whatever it takes to meet virtually to still, do the outreach and make a difference in our communities. And so just wanted to let you know it's $675 billion of funding that's allocated every single year. So please make yourself counted. Like I said before, we need it more than ever before to make sure that we have an accurate count so we can make a difference. As of this morning, Chino is at 21.3% and Chino Hills is at 26.5% in terms of self-response scores. So there are a lot of individuals who have not responded online, and we would really want them to. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Renee. Jim, you're up.
Okay, I'm having difficulty this morning with my computer internet, and so is Stephanie Wade. I'll announce something from her later, but I'll just keep it quick here. I'm on my phone. I just represent Dog Park for Chino Hills, a nonprofit. We raise money to get amenities for our dog park, as well as to help animals in need whose owners cannot afford to take care of their pets. Just a little side note, apparently animals cannot get COVID-19, but I do recommend that people do not pet their animals too much, because you can probably pass it on by petting them to each other. So that's my 30 seconds, and thank you.
All right, good. Jeff.
Morning, everybody. Jeff Vaca with the Pomona Valley Habitat for Humanity. Right now, we are working on our upland build. It has slowed down tremendously because we can no longer use volunteers. We do have a skeleton crew of some subcontractors working on it. Hopefully, it will be done end of April, beginning of May. Wishing everybody good health, and please keep the physical distancing wherever you go. Thank you.
Thank you, Jeff. And the electricity just went out in my garage, so that's why it turned pitch black all of a sudden. Terry, your 30-second commercial. You're up.
Well, good morning. Terry Fitch with Legal Shield Business Solutions. Just let you guys know we're seeing a huge influx of requests for services, and our company, just so you know, has gone completely remote. Our support staff and all of our attorneys are actually operating remote, but they put a pretty sophisticated system in. But if you're a Legal Shield member and or ID Shield, it's just the nuts are out there trying to screw up our lives, and especially with this situation now, especially in the identity theft arena. So if you're a client, please be patient. The phones are just like overloaded with questions and concerns, and an influx of breaches that have been occurring. So bear with us, but we are fully operational, and we have all of our attorneys are actually operating remotely. It's a pretty incredible system that they put in place last year, and it's kind of amazing. So we are there. We're able to support. So if you have concerns or questions, please reach out for the service. You may not get that 4-hour call back, and maybe a little longer, but we are in business. So thank you, Terry Fitch, Legal Shield Business Solutions. It's not going to happen to me. It's not a good plan. If there's those of you that have need of a membership or haven't became part of a Legal Shield or ID Shield yet, please reach out to me. I'm operating, and I can even do Zoom. I'm learning from Zeb. Thank you, guys.
All right. Thank you, Terry. Ann.
Hey, good morning, Chamber. I hope everyone is sequestering in place happily. I've been sequestered myself for the last 6-7 weeks because of my respiratory condition. So I am so glad to have everybody on the call today. And Zeb, thank you so much for what you're doing. My business is Anheuser Academy Leadership Essentials. I help people create and develop their most successful mindset so that they can get the results that they want in their life and business. So during this time where we are all having to change so much, I'm working with my clients on steps that they can take to pivot in their career, looking at the people that they serve and what their people are going through at the moment, the value that they can provide, what kind of outreach that they can utilize to bring on new business streams. And I'm going to be putting together a course, probably doing a webinar soon. Sorry, that was my phone. Probably doing a webinar soon on that. So again, this is Anheuser Academy Leadership Essentials, and I help you step into your opportunities where you can claim your greatness.
Perfect. Thank you.
Good morning,
Right now we have the number 720-7765. You're up.
Hi, good morning. This is Gigi. Sorry, my audio is not working on my computer, so I have my computer turned on and my phone for the audio. So I tried to figure it out. It's just not working today for whatever reason. The bank is open. I'm with Chino Commercial Bank. The bank is open. We're open regular hours. We have a full staff. So far, thankfully, thank God, we haven't had anyone come forward and say that they were tested or think they have the virus, and hopefully we'll keep it that way. And we'll keep our doors open and stay safe, everyone, and stay healthy. Stay at home.
Okay, great. Razel, you're up next. Razel, we can't hear you. Okay, let's pause on Razel. Deanna, are you ready?
Hi, good morning. I'm Deanna. I am your quarantine hashtag lady. Infusion Zone, Laser Tag, and Family Fun Center, we're closed. Obviously, we're not essential. However, as soon as this quarantine is lifted, I think we're going to be pretty essential. What we're working on is, since we're closed, we are doing a pivot. We are getting our monthly membership up and going. We had originally planned to roll that out late summer, but we are working on getting that out. So I'll give you guys more information on that. It's just a monthly pass that you could just come in and enjoy the facility, similar to like a Disneyland pass, but at a fraction of the cost. So you guys just keep that in mind. And when I get that up and running, I'll share it with everyone. And thank you guys for, just thank the Chamber for being here and being able to connect with each other, even though we're home.
Okay, thank you, Deanna. Robert? Robert, you're muted. There you go. I unmuted you. You're good to go. Go ahead.
Oh, so it was you. Okay. My name is Robert Ceja. I'm author of The Art of Losing Weight and founder of Robert's Bariatric Services and created the iGen process. The iGen process is just a systematic way of losing weight. All of us, men, women, children, are facing a pretty serious existential threat individually with excess weight or overweight. It seems to cause or be associated with high cholesterol, with hypertension, with coronary heart disease, back and knee problems, digestive disturbances, and I can go on. We don't want it. I'm talking about excess weight. We don't want it. We don't like it. It goes against our standards of beauty and health. It makes us feel helpless and worried inside that we're causing diminished quality of life and maybe even shortening our lifespan. So after a lot of extensive research. I created the iGym process to specifically address excess weight, not health. If you follow it and you engage it like a recipe, it has the tools and the steps to guide you to your ideal weight and away from dysfunction and illness. So this is the perfect time when you're, because it's an educational program, an observational program, it's a perfect time to do this in the privacy of your own home. So look for my ongoing classes online. Some will be at 9 o'clock, others might be later in the evening. I'll put a class at 2 o'clock in the morning for those that get out of the night shift, if necessary. This medium makes it doable. So again, this is Robert Ceja from Robert's Bariatric Services, and we will take the yo out of yo-yo. Thank you.
All right, excellent. Raizel, you're up.
Good morning, everyone. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
good. I'm glad you guys are here. It's been interesting couple weeks. Our business is still open. I'm working from home. I've been working from home. A lot of our suppliers are still up and running. It just depends on what you're looking for. The hand sanitizers are still out till I think the earliest is end of April. We do have, believe it or not, custom toilet paper if you're interested for that. We do have suppliers for masks, but these are bulk. So any companies who want to work with us, they could probably get the mask. Anything for your marketing, I think we do fall under the essential communication. So businesses that need to provide updates or new brochures, new flyers for their clients or for their employees. We do have a printer we're working with that can still run a lot of those. So if you need help, let me know. I know it's going to be an interesting couple of months for us in terms of business. So we're trying to look for those industries that are still open, especially the healthcare, restaurants, anything on distribution. So anything will help right now. Thank you.
Okay, and let me throw in a couple of reminders here real quick. So I put in the chat box, there's a link to a Facebook post which is promoting this event. So I want to make sure that we can get the word out. We still have an hour left of presentation. So if you get a chance, click on that link, share that Facebook post with your audience or share it with your business's audience. The other thing is we want to make sure that we keep these at 30 seconds. So we still want to have the same formula, same format. So try to keep your introductions to 30 seconds. Next up, we have Stephanie Wade. Stephanie, are you there?
I am. I'm not muted. Good. I can easily do 30 seconds. I work for Congressman Cisneros. I've been very happy with all the work the Chamber's been doing. If I had one announcement to make, it's that, the stimulus bill is going to fly through, and part of the original stimulus we passed are small business loans targeted at business owners affected by this. And I'd like to hear from anybody who's currently applying, who's having trouble, but also those who've just started applying. And last note, if you're wondering whether to apply, you should have already applied. Like, apply as quickly as possible. If you decide not to take the loan, you don't have to, but we want to get you in the pipeline so you have the money when you need it.
Excellent. And that link is also on our Chamber website. Alex, are you there, Alex?
I'm here. Can you
All
hear?
right. You're up.
Awesome. Hello, everyone. Good morning. How's everyone doing today?
Good.
I'm sure everyone's muted. But anyways, my name is Alex. I'm with the city of Chino here. Just a couple quick things. I'm hoping everyone's staying safe out there. I'm hoping that everyone's having a good time staying at home and staying healthy. Obviously, a lot of our facilities are closed to the public right now, and some of our parks are being closed off because of overcrowded areas over the weekend. Now, having that said, I am you guys' point of contact for the city of Chino. So if you guys have any questions regarding any business questions or anything regarding the city, please feel free to reach out to either me or Chris Kennedy, and we'll be more than happy to help you guys out. Other than that, I hope you guys have a great day, and I hope to talk to you guys here next week. Thank you.
Cool. Thank you, Alex. Chris, are you there?
Can you guys hear me now?
Yeah, we can.
Oh, great. I can't hear you now, but at least I know you guys can hear me.
Yep.
My name is Chris Kennedy. I'm with the city of Chino. I'm just trying to get information out to the businesses and be as helpful as we can at this time. One of the big things that I know everybody's questioning on also is whether or not your business can actually be evicted from their location. The state put out a mandate, I think it was about a week and a half ago, that prohibits anything like that from going on. So anybody that might be concerned about their rent, this is residential or commercial, that nothing's going to go on for right now until everything is vetted out. So if you fall on financial hard times at this point, they can't really go after you or try and remove you from your place of business or your home for that matter. I guess this will be vetted later on, but I know that's a big concern for a lot of the companies out there and stuff that, you know, have come on hard times or been forced to close. So I just want you to know that that you guys are good. And if you have any other questions, please feel free to reach out to myself or Alex, or go online and we have a whole business page. It's like 4 or 5 pages of information on COVID-19 and how it might affect your business and even business assistance. Thank you guys.
Excellent. Thank you, Chris. And Rose, you're up. Rose. We can't hear you. Okay, we're going to go on to Rhonda. Rhonda, are you ready? Okay, I don't think Rhonda has that capability either. So, Rose.
I'm here. Can you hear me?
Okay, yes, I can hear you,
Hopefully
Rhonda.
you can't see me. You just can hear me.
We can just hear you, yes.
Hi, everyone. Rhonda from R&R Breakfast Spot. We are currently closed. We made the decision to close down. It just didn't make sense financially to stay open with the amount of labor and food costs. So we are anticipating reopen soon. So hope everybody's safe and hanging on in there.
Okay, good. Definitely make sure you fill out that that link from the SBA that Stephanie was talking about earlier.
Yep.
Rose, are you there? Okay, we're gonna go on. So with that, I want to introduce you all to our speaker this morning. And oh, there she is. Hi, Jessica. So Jessica Orozco is with the Make-A-Wish Foundation from the Orange County and Inland Empire area. She is going to be talking about how our businesses can help grant wishes. And actually, before I do that, let me introduce myself. My name is Zeb Wellborn. I am the president of the Chino Valley Chamber of Commerce. I want to point you to a couple of things as we're trying to do our best to update everybody, especially Chino Valley businesses, on what's happening with the coronavirus and giving you the resources and tools that you can take advantage of. We put together a survey, which we're giving out to different legislators, including Stephanie and the team, and Gil Cisneros' team, the congressman, and they're using that information to help try and secure funds for our area. And we are sending out emails on a daily basis. So I want to make sure that you're all signed up for emails, that you're all connecting with us on Facebook, and making sure that you're sharing those posts. So what's really going to help us in this time is to continue to kind of conduct business as we've done. I want to make sure we're getting the word out about our business at breakfast and all of our events. So do me a favor and help us share that on social media. But with that, I want to introduce our speaker today. So Jessica, you are up.
Awesome. Can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Perfect. Well, I just want to thank Zeb and the Chino Valley Chamber, first of all, for allowing me the opportunity and allowing Make-A-Wish the opportunity to share our mission with you all this morning, and share a little bit about an update that we all are going through, especially as an organization. And I'm also going to share, how you guys can get involved, but also, the history of Make-A-Wish, how we all started, what we do as an organization, and the different ways that people can get involved locally to help grant wishes locally. So I'm going to share my presentation. Let's see here. Can you all see that?
Yes.
Perfect. Yes, so we as Make-A-Wish, as a national organization, we've done a lot of research, and it has been shown that every minute somewhere in the world, a family hears the devastating words that their child has been diagnosed with a critical illness. And the CDC has done research, and we have seen in Orange County and the Inland Empire every year about 700 kids are diagnosed with a critical illness here in the OCIE area. So that is a large number for us. And so I believe our mission as an organization, as Make-A-Wish, it is together we create life-changing wishes for children with critical illnesses. A lot of the times people hear Make-A-Wish and they instantly think that it's only for terminally ill children. And that was the case when we first started with our very first wish kid here. His name was Chris Gracious, and he was 7 years old. And he was diagnosed with leukemia at the time. This was back in 1980. The doctors told mom that she was at the point where she had to prepare herself, and that he only had a matter of time to live. And if anyone knew Chris, they knew that his ultimate wish in life, and when he grew up, he always wanted to be a police officer. And so the sheriffs and the police officers there in Phoenix, Arizona, actually made his wish come true. And they made him his own uniform, his own little mini uniform. And they gave him his own little badge. He got to ride his chopper. He got to ride on the motorcycle. And for that day, he was sworn into that, and he was a police officer. And his wish was granted. A couple days after, and that was on April 29th, which is World Wish Day for Make-A-Wish. And about 4 days after that, he ended up passing away. And so those individuals that granted Chris's first wish, they actually sparked Make-A-Wish, and they wanted to help other kids have their wishes granted as well. And so they went on to create Make-A-Wish and kind of what it is today. And so we always want to let people know that we aren't only for children with terminal illnesses. While that is still the case, about 30% of our wish kids do go on and pass away after their wish is granted. 70% actually goes on and live into adulthood. And we always just want to make sure people are aware about the impact that a wish it has on a child, and that it's more than just something nice to have. This is a quote. I love talking to our medical advisory board because they get to see the wishes hands-on. And this is a quote from one of them. It says, "It's an unsaid power that wish experiences give kids. These kids are living longer, they're living better, they're having more fun in life, and it all started with one experience, and that is their wish." Another quick quote, "I've seen firsthand the authentic, unforgettable power of wishes in the lives of my patients and families. The journey the children endure is overwhelming physically, mentally, socially, and spiritually. And the outcome of their illness is never certain and is never ever granted. In the midst of the uncertainty, a wish is a safe haven of hope and inspiration. Make-A-Wish changes a child's life and a family's life forever in truly extraordinary ways." After speaking to, we have a neurosurgeon who works at CHOC who's on our board. He always says, when we don't have enough medicine to give, or we don't have any other medicine or answers to give to these families, we provide them with a wish, and it provides them hope, and it provides them, positive thoughts and feelings that, medicine can't provide. And so that's why we truly believe wishes definitely matter. We have 5 typical wish types. And this is where the point of the presentation where I kind of like to get engaged and ask anyone if they can guess the most popular wish type. But most of the people say Disneyland, which is very much true. 2 in every 3 of our wishes involve some type of Disney component, whether it's I wish to go to Disneyland, I wish to go to Disney World, Disney Cruise, Disney Alani. So that makes up a majority of our wishes, actually. And so as you guys can imagine, during this time right now, we have had to not cancel, but just postpone and delay wishes due to everything that's going on and the travel restrictions that we have. And obviously the safety of our children comes first. And so we never want to put them in that crisis, obviously. And so they have been delayed momentarily. But there's other types of wishes. I wish to have is actually the types of wishes that we are granting currently. We are granting a lot of puppy wishes. We are granting, I actually just granted a wish for a kiddo a couple months ago, and his story is very relevant that I'd like to share. Is he lives here in Upland where I live, and he has a heart condition. He was waiting for a heart transplant, and so he is unable to be outside for a majority of his life due to trying to stay away from those different germs and bacteria and everything that would sacrifice him. And so he spends a lot of time indoors. And so his wish was actually to have a new gaming and computer system, which allows him to interact with other kids that are also playing the same game as him. And it allows him to, have friends that way. He's not allowed to go to school or go outside and play games like the normal kid does. And so we granted his wish, and when we delivered it to him, Grandma was just saying how much he's been looking forward to the wish, and talking about the wish, and just so excited to have it. And so it was definitely something that allowed him to have some hope and joy during the times when he wasn't feeling well. And for a while it looked very dark for him, and they weren't sure if he was going to make it. And so now he has that, and I'm sure he doesn't leave his room quite often, kind of like how we all are right now. So we like to share his story just because we wanted to let people know that, our wish kids go through this on a normal day basis. So kind of keep it relevant. But I Wish to Be is also another one. We recently granted a wish for a kid who has leukemia in Anaheim. He wished to be a police officer. And so the Anaheim Police Department came together with the Angels, the Ducks, and they granted his wish, and he got to fight bad guys. It's on our website if you guys want to check out that awesome video. Our website is ocie.wish.org. That one's really fun. But I Wish to Meet and I Wish to Go is also another time. And another one of my favorites is actually I Wish to Give Back. We have kids who are extremely selfless, and they want to give their wishes back to their community. We had a wish kid recently in the city of San Bernardino who wanted to feed the homeless in her city, which was very unique for us, but also really cool to see. So those are a few of our wish types that we have. So we are a national organization. We also are a global organization. Our national office of Make-A-Wish America is actually in Phoenix, Arizona, which is, as you guys remember, where we granted our first wish. But we also have 60 chapters throughout the United States. And so we all act as our own 501c3 entity. And so that means we run as our own charity. We fundraise our own money here in OCIE, and we grant wishes for kids here locally. And so we also have affiliates outside of the US. We have chapters in Mexico, Guam, Puerto Rico, which is, I guess, still considered US, but we are all over. Definitely very recognized throughout the world. As I mentioned, as an organization, actually, we don't qualify for any federal funding. So we rely 100% on local donations. So a lot of people see the Make-A-Wish name and they hear about Make-A-Wish and they assume, that Make-A-Wish gets everything for free, and all of our wishes are granted by the amusement park or the celebrity or whatever it may be, but that is not the case. And we actually do spend money on all of our wishes. And we would not be able to do that without our individual donors and our corporate partners. So a couple of them are here on this slide. As you guys can imagine, Disney is one of our biggest partners. But Macy's is also, I think, one of the biggest cash donors, corporate donors for Make-A-Wish. And they host two very large holiday campaigns, Thanks for Sharing, where every $10 of all the initiation fees of a Macy's credit card that is opened up gets donated back. And then what's the other one? Believe. So during Christmas time, for every letter written to Santa and dropped off at Macy's, $1 is donated back to Make-A-Wish. So that's really cool as well. Other ways that individuals and community groups and corporations can really help push forward our mission is in-kind support. So sometimes people, they can't fundraise necessarily dollars for us, but they can fundraise gift cards, which actually goes a long way for Make-A-Wish. With every wish that we have a wish interview where we send out 2 volunteer wish granters to the wish kid's home, and they actually interview the wish kid. And they speak with the family and get the paperwork filled out. And so we send them with icebreaker gifts. And so gift cards allows us to make those gifts pretty unique and personal for each of the wish kids. Because obviously we want these experiences to be personable for them, and, attend their interests and needs and likes. And so another one is backpacks. We send all of our wish kids on their wishes with backpacks filled with either their travel itinerary, their tickets to the amusement park, any gifts, their t-shirts, stuff like that. So we send them with backpacks. And obviously toys goes a long way for our icebreakers and wish enhancements for them. So if you all are looking for ways to help Make-A-Wish, these are a couple of ways you guys can help get some gift cards and backpacks and toys for us. But another way is really awesome, because 75% of all of our wishes have some type of travel component. Like I mentioned earlier, I Wish to Go is actually our most popular wish type, just because, a lot of the times they want to travel. We have a wish kiddo actually waiting to go to Dubai is his wish, which is pretty unique for us. A wish is an experience. We send a wish kid with their family. We send them with both parents and any siblings in the household under the age of 18. And we send them for about a week. And so that can get pretty expensive for us as an organization. So one way you guys can help is actually donating any airline miles that you guys may have, especially if they're going to expire for you. They never expire for Make-A-Wish. So it's an easy way to help us keep our cash costs low for each of our wishes. It's a simple way to do it. All you do is go onto our website, again at ocie.wish.org, and ways to give, and you guys can do a quick transfer of any airline miles that you guys may have. That would be an awesome way to give back. But other ways that we have that people can help out, obviously hosting fundraisers for us is definitely always needed, as any nonprofit will tell you. One that we are probably looking at doing even for us, because we've had to postpone and push back or either cancel some fundraising events, is peer-to-peer online campaigns, where you see them all on social media or emails, where you kind of just push forward a link to help, or it's kind of like a GoFundMe. You're saying you're sharing with your friends and your family that you're trying to help out Make-A-Wish and collecting funds, stuff like that. We've seen fitness challenges where people do a push-up contest, if you pledge to donate $25 and I'll do so many push-ups. We're actually kind of thinking about doing that right now too, since we can't host any in-person fundraisers. Auctions, companies really like if, we actually work with Disneyland Distribution Center in Ontario, and they are a warehouse of about 100 staff. And what they do is host little auctions throughout the whole year, where people can buy raffle tickets and stuff. And all that money raised with the raffle tickets goes back and donates back to Make-A-Wish, which is really cool. And they, raise a lot of money throughout the whole year. Golf tournaments, employee competitions are different ways to help us as well. Okay, this is my video, so I'm going to see if this works on here. Can you hear that?
A child who is undergoing treatment for a life-threatening medical condition has so much of normal childhood taken away from them, so much of their decision-making ability, so much of their normal experiences with playmates and friends and siblings. It is so long and so arduous. It robs so many of the normal childhood experiences from a child and from their family. As a physician, as a clinician, there is much that we can do. Sometimes we do everything we could do. Sometimes we do too much. You
run into a family that is out of control with their life. They have circumstances imposed upon them that they never would have signed up for or dreamed that they would be in that position.
In rare disease, sometimes I can't give a family a diagnosis. Sometimes I have no treatment even if I get the diagnosis, and I almost never have a cure. So what can I offer this family that I can't offer much to?
There are medications that we can provide, there are treatments that we can administer, and yet there are pieces missing from that can only be filled by the impact of a WISH experience.
A WISH is something that we as a community have said we're going to offer and show our support for a family that doesn't feel very supported sometimes by the medical community. And I think a WISH is a really meaningful way that we connect with families that medicine doesn't have much else to offer to them.
I think for a lot of families, it provides anything from respite, sometimes in the middle of care, sometimes it provides a reward at the end of treatment, sometimes it provides an oasis or an island where they can seek sort of normality.
A WISH gives me the chance to give the family something from all of us as a community. It comes from the medical community, it comes from the whole population saying, your child's not forgotten.
The beauty of Make-A-Wish is it's incredibly simple. It is that intangible object that, quite honestly, I cannot order from the pharmacy. I cannot write a prescription for.
You see a child before they go on their wish, and when they come back to their family after the wish, it's often like seeing a totally different child.
You just see it in their faces, this idea of thinking outside the current moment in time.
It's an unsaid power that these experiences can give these kids. And, you know, these are kids that are living longer. They're living better. They're having more fun in their life. And it all started with one experience, and that was their wish.
We don't need studies to show this, but now there are studies that are coming out. It just seems so intuitive, right? You have something to look forward to, and it makes you be more compliant with your treatment plan. So then it's going to impact your physical, your emotional, your psychological well-being.
It's interesting. The study from Israel, it's significant because it's one of the first studies that we've actually looked at regarding the outcome or the impact of a wish, looking at the medical aspect of the child. What it does show is that a child that has a wish, there is a measurable change in their outlook.
I think, personally, being involved with Make-A-Wish has made me a better physician and has made me think more critically about what I can do outside of just the medicine, just the surgeries, and just the procedures to improve the quality of life of our patients and the families.
My favorite wish is the next one. And the one after that. And the next 10. And the next 100. Because, as with life, the wish has less to do with what has been and more to do with what's coming up.
Awesome. So we just like to share that video with everyone because it does, you know, exemplify the medical impact that a wish does have, and that it does save lives, and sometimes it, you know, it provides a last moment of life for some kiddos. I wanted to share with you all a wish kid that we had in the Chino Hills area, to show you all how local we are to the Chino Valley area. His name is Michael. He's 18, and he was diagnosed with leukemia, quite like our very first wish kid, Chris. And his ultimate wish is he had flying lessons. And two of our local wish granters, volunteer wish granters there in his picture actually helped his wish come true. And he got to have many hours of flying lessons before all of this happened. And so his wish came true. But there's many other kids in the area that are waiting for their wishes to be granted. Currently, as an organization, we have close to 500 families waiting for their wishes to be granted, whether they've been recently referred to Make-A-Wish, if they are waiting for their interviews, if they're waiting for their wish reveals, or they're waiting to get on that plane and fly to Disney World. Their wishes are now even more postponed with everything that's going on. And so right now we are in a mode where we need the most support more than ever to help us prepare for all of those when the time comes to grant all of those wishes. But here are a couple of wishes that are waiting. Favorite celebrity, I know The Rock is on there, which is really cool. Someone wants to meet The Rock. They want to meet their favorite YouTuber. And for those of you who don't know, the most wished out celebrity to be met is actually John Cena. And he's granted so many wishes for us. He's a huge ambassador for us. And we're actually, Make-A-Wish America is celebrating their 40th anniversary this year. So it's been 40 years since Make-A-Wish has started. And so we're going to be doing a lot of promo. You'll see commercials, advertisements for that anniversary. And we'll definitely be rolling that out on April 29th, which is World Wish Day. And one last thing I wanted to leave you all with, we actually are planning a softball tournament here in Chino Hills, and we are still looking for participants. It is scheduled to be on May 16th, but with everything happening, we're not sure exactly if that's going to remain, but we are hopeful that it will. And since it's outdoors and everything, we're not going to be constrained, but we are looking for a backup date if that is the need that we do need to postpone it. But we have teams coming in from Amazon, Disneyland, K-Frog radio station, the correctional officers there at the Chino prison, Dave & Buster's, and a few other corporations. But we are looking for more. If you all know, if your company wants to join, it's just $2,500, either donated up front or fundraised. I know K-Frog fundraised that in about 2 days. And so it's not too hard. Up to 15 players can play. And we're still looking for more either sponsors or just any type of support. It's going to be at Big League Dreams on May 16th. So yeah, I think that was about it. I'm not sure if I'm within the time frame, Zeb, or if anyone has any questions, please feel free and ask.
You did perfect. So now the time is, does anybody have any questions for Jessica?
You're very clear on everything.
Gallagher, do you hear me?
Yes, Jim, I can hear you.
I do. I have a comment for the chamber. I think that we could get a 15-man team going, and it would be a very reasonable price for each of us to chip in. So that's a challenge I'm putting out to our chamber.
That would be awesome. And, we provide an online fundraising page for anyone that's wanting to fundraise. And so it's a link that we can provide to you that you can share on your, through email or social media, asking for any donations. That's what K-Frog radio station did. And they did pretty well at that. So you can definitely get that set up.
Very cool.
Jessica,
Very cool.
it's Stephanie Wade from Congressman Cisneros' office, and I just wanted to say that we'd like to participate in some way. It's going to be surprising to everyone since we just passed like $1 trillion funding package, but we don't have a budget to participate as a team. But if there's some other way we could participate, perhaps we could table the event, but also if we can promote on social media. So you tell us when is the appropriate time to really start a push on social media And then, I'll send you my contact information again. So
That would be fantastic. Yeah, if someone, want to help out in some way, promo is also very helpful for us, definitely. I will connect with you afterwards, both Stephanie and
Please.
Tim. Thank you.
And then we have a question from Heather from Chaffey College. She's asking is when we are able to get back to 6 feet together, or not have to stay 6 feet apart, do you guys offer volunteer hours? Is there something that Chaffey College students could volunteer with you guys?
Definitely. It's harder for groups to volunteer. That's what we've noticed anyways, just because all of our wishes are so unique and very different that we don't always have a group opportunity to help give back. But what, like I mentioned earlier, we have individual volunteer opportunities that we are always looking for, especially more in the Inland Empire, because 2/3 of our kids come from the Inland Empire, especially Spanish speaking. So with every wish, we do have 2 volunteer wish granters, and wish granters, after they are properly interviewed, trained, background checked, they are sent out to the wish kid's home, and they actually get to sit with the wish kid and ask them what their wish is. The opportunity is amazing. I do that as a volunteer outside of being a staff member, and you get experiences that you would have never, experienced before. And, it's not for everybody because it can get very emotional. But sometimes it's, it's the best job at Make-A-Wish for sure. And so we're always looking for more volunteers to sign up. You do have to be 21 or over to become a wish granter. But if you'd like to become a general volunteer to help us at events or tabling, coming into the office, you do have to be 18. So I will definitely, I'm not sure if I can get Heather's information, but I can send her over some volunteer opportunities.
Okay, fantastic. She says thank you. She's has some kids at home that are making a lot of noise, so she appreciates your responses. With that, I think we'll call it a day. Thank you so much for presenting with us. Thank you all for participating with us. Now is the time we kind of open it up for say kudos or saying thanks to somebody for doing business with one another. One of the things I'm hoping that when we do this, I want to give you assignments as we're doing this, since we're doing it online and there's an opportunity to do that. So let me pitch one of those ideas. So the first assignment is to kind of help us promote what we're doing through the Chamber via social media. So we're going to be posting, like this morning or last night, we posted that this event was coming up. We posted the access information for it on our Facebook page and our Instagram page and our LinkedIn page. And so I'm encouraging all of you guys, when you see those things that come out from the Chamber, share it with your audience or share it in the group so that people know that this is coming on and that this is happening. We want to try to help get as much people here so that we can all kind of support and assist one another, especially right now. I think it's being a great thing. The other thing that I want to, so here's the assignment, is I'm going to try to share my screen with you. And then we'll have a chance for everybody to do it. Can everybody see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So this is the assignment, right? We always give kudos in the group, and we all do it with each other. And like I've said about before, I feel like we do that, and it's really housed inside of that room that we have when we're at our business at breakfast. A great thing to do would be to share those kudos that you have and post it online, because that can be seen by not just everybody in this room, but can also be seen by people outside of it. So what I'm going to do at the end of this, and I just want to show you how to do it. This is a LinkedIn page. So this is the assignment that I want you all to do today, whether you have a LinkedIn page or not. So if you have a LinkedIn page, this is what I want you to do. And then I have a different assignment if you don't have a LinkedIn page. If you have a LinkedIn page, go to somebody that you would like to recommend on their Facebook page. So in this case, I went and visited Gigi yesterday at Chino Commercial Bank. She took care of all of my needs and services. So I want to recommend Gigi on our LinkedIn page. So I go to her LinkedIn page, I type in Gigi Fix up here. It brings up her page. And then I scroll down to the recommendations section, which is right here. And right here it says recommend Gigi. And so I'm going to write that recommendation. I will put it here. I will recommend Gigi. And that's one way that we can help support each other, especially right now, because the online tools, especially when you can't meet in person, is even more important than what it was even when you could meet in person. So I want us all to get in the habit of doing that. So that I hope you guys take advantage of this. Take an opportunity. If you have a LinkedIn page, do it this way. Now here's an assignment for you if you don't have a LinkedIn page. If you don't have a LinkedIn page, do the same thing, but instead of doing it on LinkedIn, just send an email to that person and say, hey, I want to thank you for the service that you provided me for in your business. I want to thank all that you're doing, and just say, keep up the good work. And what that person can do is one thing, it'll make them feel good. Number two is they might also be able to use that to have a case study on their website, or something to share with their family and friends, or something to share with the businesses that they want to do business with. Does anybody have any, does that sound good for everybody?
Yeah.
All right, cool. Okay, so now we're going to open it up so we can do the live kudos on our webinar as well. And this will be posted on YouTube. I think I figured out how to do this concurrently on Facebook Live as well. So it's not set up on Facebook Live right now, but I will post the YouTube video link here later so we can all watch this and share it as well. But in the future, this should be up on Facebook Live also. Anybody, I'm going to stop sharing my screen now. Let's see if I can figure out how to do that. So it looks like Jim has an announcement. Go ahead, Jim.
So can you hear me okay?
Yeah, we can hear you.
So Zeb, I just want to take a personal thank you to you for being proactive and taking the lead and keeping this community together. You're doing a great job, and it's not just this meeting, but all the other meetings you've set up. It's helped keep all of us, I think, connected and feel less isolated. I hope that came through all right.
Yeah, no, it did. Thank you, Jim. I really appreciate that. I appreciate that a lot. Thank you. Anybody else? I have Ann. Robert, go ahead, Robert.
Unmute me. Okay. I guess what I hear all these great suggestions about social media and paste and copy. I'm 72 years old. I have no experience with this. I only know to do on the computer what I need to do for myself and for the things that I do. If we could have a workshop, a chamber workshop where all of these things that it looks like we're doing now, we need to know that I'll do it. I don't know how to copy and paste. I've looked for the wall in my Facebook. I haven't found a wall. So all of these things hold me from doing a lot of this stuff that is great to connect and everything. But what do? If you take a class on Facebook, they'll tell you all about Facebook, but nothing about your specific needs and what you're doing. You take a class on LinkedIn, same thing. They're very generalized, but when you're talking about software and everything, it's the specialized knowledge. It's your computer and what you do on your computer or your particular brand of phone that changes. And if you don't know that, it's very hard to get from the general basics down. So I'm making a plug for somebody that would be able to walk us through these things on the first time. I learn quick. I just need to be able to do it once on my stuff, not somebody telling me, oh, go to the wall and paste it. I haven't found a wall yet, or what it means to be a wall. So that's the kind of information that I would love to do. I wanted to do the things with the chamber, but these technical difficulties keep getting in the way. And maybe it's just me because I'm farther removed from the technology as we've been using it. I use the old pencil and everything. So just making a push for that. I don't know if anybody's in that situation. If you're not, then I'm sorry. I'll just figure it out myself or with one person only.
Yeah, well, let me give you some feedback on that and just kind of help you through that process a little bit. One of the things that would be an easy thing to do, so those of you that are experiencing any kind of those technical challenges, it's not unique to you, it's everybody. The challenge is trying to teach it. Like you, Robert, you've been to a lot of my classes, so I'll teach a lot about social media. We try to cover all those things. The reality of it is that each person has their own little challenges that are coming up with, so it's impossible to address that in a large group. So it really comes down to a one-on-one thing. The best thing you can do is to search through YouTube. So if those things like, how do I post on a Facebook wall? Type that into YouTube and there'll be an instructional video that somebody has put out there that will walk you through the issues that you're facing. Same thing about copy and paste. How do I copy and paste? Type that into YouTube and there'll be a full explanation video so that you can answer those questions. Of course, you can reach out to me individually and I will try my best to walk you through it. The challenge is sometimes it's tough for me to educate somebody else on the other side because I can't see your screen and what you're doing. Just to keep that in mind. Although we can do it through Zoom, so you can show me. So like we could get on a Zoom call. You can show me what you're struggling with, and I can try my best to walk you through it. And I see that you have the same issue, so the same thing. I'm happy to do that. Just say, hey Zeb, when can we schedule a time to troubleshoot some of the stuff I'm having challenges with, and I'll work you through that. But I did want to leave. I don't want to focus on that right now. I really want to focus on our kudos and saying thanks to everybody.
Sorry
But
about
we can
that.
all address all of those things. So if you have those questions, feel free to shoot me an email, and I'll try my best to walk you through it at a later time. Go ahead, Robert.
I just want to send kudos to Alex Batres because he's going to do that with Google Drive with me probably right after this. So I'm inviting anybody from here that's listening that would like to hear about Google Drive and how to use it in your business to let me know, and maybe I can schedule a Zoom call with Alex and whoever of you want to. At this point, I'm doing it one-on-one, but thank you, Alex. I appreciate it.
Okay, cool. And it looks like Rhonda has her hand raised, so I'm going to give it over to Rhonda. Rhonda.
Zeb, I first want to thank you. You have reached out countless times, and I just appreciate it. Every time I see something, I feel a little more inspired through this tumultuous time. So thank you. And I also wanted to give a shout out to Deanna at Infusion Zone. She had reached out so that I may provide meals during, 5 and 8 o'clock on Fridays, which is really awesome, just to try to get my name out there. So thank you so much.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Good. Deanna, go ahead.
Yeah, I wanted to give a shout out to Razel. When this all went down and we had to close the shop, I literally was on the couch for days in a funk and not connecting with anyone. And she called and she just talked to me and said, just get reconnected, even if it's just on Zoom. And I got reconnected on Zoom and started to get inspired and got myself off the couch. So thank you very much, Razel. And I wanted to also echo what Jim said about Zeb. It's awesome to see his leadership during this time. From the beginning, he was on top of it, making sure the small business community in Chino Valley was connected and getting the resources that they need. And it's just awesome to see the leadership and his genuine desire to help all of us. So thank you guys.
Thank you. Anybody else?
I don't think he's on.
Oh, I have. Okay, Razel, go ahead.
Well, I want to thank you too. Zeb, because you've been on top of communications, getting the word out, getting resources for all the small businesses. So thank you for that. Also thank the city through Alex for reaching out to us to be possibly working with the city. And also one more, he comes to the meeting once in a while, Alan from Wells Fargo. I reached out to him before all this went down. So I'm glad that we were able to have some, a small loan just to help a little bit from what we had before. But now, I might have to reach out to him again, but he had made the process really easy for small businesses. So for anyone who needs help, Wells Fargo is there too. He's the one at the Chino Hills branch.
Awesome. Stephanie?
I just wanted to add to the chorus of kudos for Zeb, but also for Jim Gallagher and the rest of the chamber. I work with 3 cities, and I have some great chambers, but none has been as organized and proactive as you have, and I think this is fantastic. And I'll just throw out that you should be very grateful that your city is doing the same thing. I was on the city council meeting last night. It was very orderly, very well done by Zoom call, and I think that was incredibly important. And the last thing I'll do is I'll thank both Rose and Alex who reached out to me today on the call, and so we can do some business, especially about those small business administration loans.
Awesome. And then I have Renee. Renee, you need to unmute yourself, I think.
But I agree with everyone else, and like exactly what Stephanie is saying as well. I'm working with a lot of other cities And Zeb, you've really stepped up to the plate, and so has Mr. Gallagher. And I'm really like, I've been asking our other cities, and they're still wanting to know how they can do it. And I've given you a reference about you using Zoom and getting everyone connected with the different chambers. And it's really very nice that, we're able to get together and speak and even, do our business and do whatever it takes to help our community. And I really appreciate that. And the same thing what Stephanie was saying, City of Chino Hills has been very proactive as well, and I appreciate all their efforts. So thank you for being very proactive and helping it, and doing whatever it takes for your community.
Awesome. I think I said Gigi. Did you have one? I saw somebody said admin user. Okay, well, we'll end it there. I want to thank you guys all for participating. I'll give a couple of my announcements. So through the chamber, we have our board of directors. So we have 2 board of directors that have been on our call today. We have Jim Gallagher from Dog Park for Chino Hills Nonprofit. We have Gigi Fix from Chino Commercial Bank. So I want to thank you guys for joining us today. We also have our ambassador team, which has gotten in here. So I'm going to try my best. Hopefully I don't forget anybody. Deanna Margarita, thank you for joining us today. Ann Heisinger, thank you for joining us today. Razel Arcega, thank you for joining us. Robert Seha, and Terry Fitch, our ambassador chair. And I think those are our ambassadors. So I want to thank you guys for participating. Be sure to thank those folks. I hope you take advantage of that assignment that I gave you by leaving a recommendation for somebody in the chamber. I think that will really help out our businesses. And it gives us a good opportunity to stay connected and also give that warm, fuzzy feeling to let people know that you're thinking about them. The other things, I just kind of want to highlight a couple of chamber things before I go. So number one, I said this at the beginning, but we have that link on our website, on the homepage of our website, that's giving all of the information, up-to-date information about how the coronavirus is impacting Chino Valley businesses. So there's resources that are available. There's information that's available. Just yesterday, I went through and took advantage of the HR hotline that they have available for free through the County of San Bernardino, which we put on that website as well. So there's tons of resources, including that SBA application loan, disaster application loan that Stephanie was talking about at the beginning. So take advantage of the resource that we put in there. We have put together a sheet on businesses that are open for takeout and delivery, or restaurants that are open for takeout and delivery. So I really want to encourage you to help me share that within our posts. Like, I'll see our group posts in Facebook for Chino Connects and Chino Hills. They're always like, what restaurants are offering takeout? And I would love it if we could share those links to that information there. So we compile it all for everybody. They can have a nice, easy list that they can use to go out to restaurants across Chino Valley and shop here in the Chino Valley area. So helping me get the word out about that. I mentioned we put together a survey. The survey is designed to have businesses that come and fill that out. We can then take that information. I'm actually on a call with Congressman Cisneros' office on Thursday. And basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to take all that information, consolidate it, and then use that to talk about what challenges our Chino Valley businesses are facing. So that's something where I'm hoping that we can fill those out. And I'm trying to use that with the other legislators in town as well. And they've all expressed interest in getting that information so that they know what's happening with their businesses, so that ultimately either I can help, they can help, or somebody can assist you in the challenge that you're facing. Because I know a lot of your businesses are struggling, and there's an uncertain future that's happening, and we want to make sure that we can provide as much assistance as possible to make sure that it's a little bit less uncertain, that you feel a little bit more safer and have that have a plan moving forward. So anyways, that's the kind of stuff that we're trying to work on through the chamber. I want to thank you all for participating today. We do plan on doing this on a weekly basis, so we will have our next Zoom meeting next week on Wednesday, 7:45 to 9. I know we're having Clark Kennedy speaking. So he's going to be talking about developing a business plan that echoes a flight plan. So it's a really good business concept ideology talk on Wednesday. Next Tuesday, we are going to continue to have our leadership roundtable. So it's a webinar format. So I know for sure next week we already have Chino Valley Fire has agreed to participate, and so has Congresswoman Norma Torres's office. They'll both be participating on that call, and I try to get about 6 to 10 different leaders in the Chino Valley, just giving an update on what's happening currently across the Chino Valley and how the resources that are available and what's happening. So that's kind of it for now. I want to thank you guys for coming. If you have any, feel free. Oh, and this is the other thing too. Feel free to stick around and engage. This will stay open. We can all connect and communicate and chat with each other, hopefully like we normally do. But of course, if you got to get going, feel free. So thank you guys for coming, and have a great rest of the week.
Stay healthy, everybody.
Absolutely.
Mhm. And thank you so much to the lady from Make-A-Wish for the wonderful presentation. That was really very inspiring to me. And Jim, I appreciate your idea about the softball team, putting together a team. And I calculated for 15
Can
people.
you pitch?
I don't know if I can pitch, but I could probably, maybe be the water girl or something. But I figured out how much it would be if there were 15 people. It's $166 per person. And there might be people that can't participate on the team, but that could help support the ones that do want to be on the team. And I think this is very important. I used to be an oncology nurse. I've been a registered nurse for so many years, I can't count them all now, but I know how important those opportunities are, Jessica, for the families and children to have something to look forward to, And just watching that video was very heartrending because I know that feeling, and I could see in the eyes and in the faces and in the voices of the medical professionals that were on that video how heartrending it is to have a child with a devastating disease that has one wish that they want to do. And I just love so much that Make-A-Wish presented to us and gives us an opportunity as businesses to consider, what can I contribute to that's going to be meaningful in terms of, getting credit on not only on my taxes, but that's really going to be meaningful to a family. So thank you so much for coming and being with us and for setting up your PowerPoint. And it's just so meaningful to be able to have everyone get together like this. And Zeb, kudos to you for being the tech guy and the man about town in the Chino Valley who keeps us all together. So this has just been really great the last couple weeks. The webinar last week was awesome. If any of you haven't had an opportunity to see that yet, where the city leaders and county leaders were talking about coronavirus. That was awesome, just absolutely awesome. And I've looked on some of the other city websites to see what they're doing, and I've participated in some of those, and I can say hand over fist that no other city or county from what I've seen has put together such a comprehensive webinar video opportunity as what Zeb did. So I really think that, we all owe Zeb a real gratitude. We love you, Zeb. We appreciate you. And, even though you're there in your garage, you're just like us, you're here at home trying to hang in there and providing leadership for the Chino Valley. And I really appreciate that so much.
Well, thank you, Ann. I appreciate that.
Yeah, we love you, even with short hair.
Thank you.
Hey, Jim, tell us how do you get the background? You were in Hawaii like 5 minutes. How'd you do that?
I just sent you the information on your screen, but I'll send it to everybody.
Cool.
Yeah.
On the chat screen.
Yeah.
There you go.
Deanna, when you have a chance, this is Ann. If you could call me, I have something that might be helpful for you. I'm at 951-204-1821.
You got to say that slower. I didn't have a pen in hand.
Gotcha. 951-204-1821.
Everybody.
Thank you.
I'm going to log off. I have another virtual meeting at 10, so I got to eat. Thank you.
Okay. Bye, Jim.
Thank you all so much for letting Make-A-Wish present today. Zeb, thank you. I really appreciate the opportunity. I do have to log off, but I look forward to connecting with everyone who reached out and hopefully seeing you guys soon and connecting with you all to help us grant more wishes.
Yeah. Awesome. Thank you.
Bye. Thank you all.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Thanks, Zeb.
Have a good day.
You too.
You're welcome. Bye, everybody. Stay connected.